story because there are some people who are not concerned whatsoever for Elon Musk's feelings, which I think is interesting because recently he just put up a poll to see if he should remain head of Twitter. And it looks as though the poll is leaning in one direction, as you can see on the screen. It looks like the vast majority of people, well, I say vast majority, but certainly the majority of people think that he should step down as the head of Twitter. Now, I think this is very interesting, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring it to our attention is that since Elon Musk has taken over, it is clear that it is in better hands than it used to be. This is obvious from the fact that the Twitter files have exposed all of the things that were going on behind the scenes at Twitter, including shadow banning of individuals that certain left-leaning people in places of authority didn't like. That's the likes of Charlie Kirk, that's the likes of Dan Bongino, and many, many more. So not only were people being shadow banned, but also the FBI had a very sickeningly close relationship with places like Twitter, and we can only imagine what's going on at Facebook, but certainly places like Twitter to make sure that they shut down information on the Hunter Biden story and so much more. And still more information is yet to come. But this is the important thing about Musk, is that we never would have known any of that if it weren't for Musk. But maybe if that's not enough for you, because I know that there are leftist journalists crying crocodile tears right now that they're being exposed for their lack of real journalistic integrity because they refuse to actually report on these things and wish to suppress stories as well. If that's not enough, the one thing that Musk has done since he has been the head of Twitter is to shut down child pornography on Twitter. In fact, the Daily Wire just released a recent statistic showing that there has been a 57% increase in November of child exploitation suspensions. From all the evidence, the former regime at Twitter did not take child pornography and child exploitation serious at all. Step back for just a minute. Elon Musk fired a bunch of people, and the Twitter regime is a mere third of what it used to be. But yet, they were able to cut in half, more than half, the exploitive material on the platform. Now, that tells me just one thing, that the people that were in charge before are way worse than Musk. And it leaves me remembering just that progressives, they want a lot of things that in theory sound good. Well, open borders, just, we love everybody, and so we want to bring everybody in here as just one big family. And while I appreciate immigration and the opportunity for people to come from other countries to this great nation to make a name for themselves and to make their own way, all of this has to be done within the right way. Because ultimately, what sounds good in theory, but is dangerous in practice, can ultimately be deadly. It's this age-old lesson: be careful what you wish for. You can wish for many, many things, but be careful what you wish for, because what you think you want is not actually what you really need, and you may reap the consequences of that. And ultimately, I'm only saying that in terms of Musk because I think Musk has been already, in his short tenure there at Twitter, been such a catalyst for change that if he spent $40 billion just to expose the Twitter files and just to stop child pornography, I think this man is one of the greatest heroes in recent memory. Now, of course, leftists somewhere are scratching their eyeballs out as they think about this, but if that is this man's legacy, then what a legacy! What a sacrifice to spend $40 billion to do that very thing. And so I can only imagine what will take his place if Musk is not there. Now, this has a different side of this as well, because leftists may be freaking out right now about Elon Musk, but Elon Musk is also warning, be careful what you ask for, because if you want me gone, it almost seems like there's a veiled threat here. So I'm curious as to who will be put in place of Musk if Musk goes. I can only imagine. And this is what my vote is for. In fact, I added Elon Musk this very suggestion that he place Matt Walsh in charge of Twitter. Even if for only 24 hours, this would be the most epic day in Twitter history. So anyway, leftists, be careful what you ask for, because you may just get exactly what you didn't want the most. So I say all of this at the end of the day to bring back to the point of the show what I'm really trying to get across. John Adams said this: "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." I would argue that all society is dependent upon a religious people because endemic to religious people is a code of conduct that is held in high regard and higher than desire. Outside of religious people, the animating principle for every society will be nothing more than a sliding scale of one's own passions and desires. The modern progressive movement knows that and celebrates it. For what could be better than one's feelings? However, we instinctually know that a society based upon individual feelings is a recipe for disaster. Not only does it open the door for unbridled lust in like the Brave New World kind of style of drugs and sex, where people become, where that becomes the real opiate of the people, but more importantly, we all know that a society needs laws, and not just rules, but moral laws. So a common refrain I hear from progressive Christians is that you can't legislate morality. Well, you can't make someone moral through laws. That's true, but you sure as hell can legislate morality. You can do it by making it unthinkable to kill a baby before it's born. You can do it by making it illegal to shake your thonged butt in front of a bunch of kids, much less illegal to chop off their working sex organs. We exposed the laws of big tobacco in the past, and we are healthier because of it. Religious people abolished slavery because of the Second Great Awakening in America, and we're better because of it. As we expose the lies of big pharma, big abortion, and even the Respect for Marriage Act, our society will be a better place for us and our kids. And the truth, even when you don't like it, is still the best route for all of us. So I hope that's what we fall in love with, more than just love for love's sake. So you just got done watching a small excerpt of a much larger episode. You can find the link to that full episode down below in the description of this video. So you definitely need to check that out, because if you like that clip, you'll like the much larger episode. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that little bell to be notified when great new episodes of Indie Thinker come your way. Thanks for watching.